Show is about what happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but to even answer questions you don't know you have. For links to this source and anything else potentially interesting, please check the underbar in the description below. And as usual, all links gathered throughout this show will appear post-live stream. Anyway, I am Xander, and who am I joined by today?
That'd be me, Noah.
Noah! So, yeah.
Is my camera working? Because it looks like my.
And your hat.
Okay,
So,
I don't see it on my.
see you.
That's because I'm on your screen on my phone. Forgive me, I have to use my phone.
I can't believe I just did that.
I can see you now. No, I can see myself. I mean, I
anyway,
had to.
And of course, we will be joined by the Loon hopefully at some point. Anyway, today is Saturn's Day, aka Saturday, December 30th, 2023. Happy New Year's, Adam, everyone, because Adam comes before Eve. So
It's
anyway,
literally. Oh, it's just funny because you said Happy New Year's, Adam. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, anyway, Noah, do you want to start us off today, or do you want me to go?
Yeah, we're doing this day in history right now, so yes.
Yeah.
You may.
Well, I'll
might
you. So,
yeah, you can start off and find the webpage though.
Yeah, 987, French King Hugo Capet crowned his son Robert the Compassionate king. Alright, so at least he's compassionate, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving on up to 1317, Pontifical Decree Sancta Romania against spiritualists. So yeah, like, you know, it back then, you know, you had to be your religion or bust, you know, like, anything outside of any, you know, your little bubble, like, is a no-go. Like, you know, and it's, in a lot of places, it's the same thing like that, actually. I need to switch to live chat here. Don't have a digs moment with that. 1460, Wars of the Roses, Battle of Wakefield in northern England. Duke of York was killed, and his forces were soundly defeated by forces of King Henry VI. So yeah, back in the day where, like, you know, people who led others into battle and, you know, stuff, they fought alongside with them, you know, and risked, you know, heads of state getting killed, you know, or captured, you know, tortured, whatever. You know, what a concept, huh? You know, you lead people into battle, you fight alongside them, huh? You know? So, yeah.
That's 3, right?
That's my 3. If you want to start
Okay,
taking over.
I'm going to go down to Elizabeth Bathory arrested.
Go for it.
It says that in 1610, Hungarian aristocrat Elizabeth Bathory was arrested in I can't pronounce the name of this castle, but it says THC castle. I can't pronounce it, I think.
Okay.
On suspicion of
what I keep telling you, don't worry about having to pronounce things correctly. We are not an accurate pronunciation channel. We're a history channel.
I mean,
if we pronounce things wrong,
every time
then we
I
do.
say that,
Somebody else can come and correct it. So don't worry about butchering things. Just go for it.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip a word when I see that.
Just read it. Give it a try, man. You know, like.
I'm just okay.
Just read.
The castle on suspicion of killing and torturing hundreds of young girls and women. Yikes. I don't know why she would do that, but she did that.
Well, she did.
Apparently she did.
Yep.
Nobody knows.
Well, she does.
She does. Well, she's dead now. James. This is King James, English King James, says it tears out protestation. He says protestation. That's it. Yes, that's it. Of Parliament, page from the records objecting to Parliament commenting on foreign marriage alliance. So I guess he was. That was in 1621, and it looks like what it's saying is that King James was making it so that people couldn't intermarry from different countries in his country, which is England at the time.
Not really that. Maybe that was his intention, but right now he's at least silencing the people from even allowing that to be spoke about. So yeah,
kind of like a certain square in China, I know somewhere.
Let's not get into that. Like, speaking of that, like one of our you know, friends, you know, of the channel, Mighty Meat, got his YouTube channel nuked from orbit last night. So, like, we gotta start stepping on some eggshells again. But yeah, like, go check out Mighty Meat on Rumble. Like, I'll try to remember to have a link into the. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find it. While you read this, I'm gonna try to find this on my other tab. Actually, let me open up a new tab. So, a second.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, what do we have here in 1626?
Yeah, it says, and this is my third one, it says 1626. It's titled Peace of Presburg, and it talks about the Holy Emperor O Holy Roman Emperor Ferdinand II, the Prince of Transylvania, gave her Bethlehem, and it says he signed peace of Presburg, Bratislava. I don't know.
Bratislava.
Ending uprising against Habsburg. So he did something to stop a war from happening.
Yeah, well, like, or maybe
like
the
a revolution.
The Habsburgs. Like, I actually just recently saw a video this morning, actually, about the Habsburgs being involved in the largest company in the history of humanity, which is here we go, from the Mitzi Studio. They're a really good channel. So I'd recommend going and checking them out. But I'm gonna have this here for the underbar. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start adding these links and everything. Before I do that, I'm gonna continue on here. 1703, Tokyo was hit by an earthquake, causing the deaths of around 37,000 people. Holy crap! Like, wow.
The largest company is Dutch East India Company.
That is the Dutch East India Company, VOC. Right.
Yeah, so it's 8.2 trillion market cap. That's insane. I didn't know this.
It's bigger than all the biggest companies we have today combined. You know, it was.
Does it still exist?
Before war happened and all that stuff, but the Habsburgs, I believe, are the ones who led it. So,
is it still around?
No, it's gone. It's long gone.
Oh.
So
then it might be the Bertelsmann Group now.
Well, I don't know, but we're talking history. We were talking in the previous article here about the Habsburgs and everything. So that's why I brought this up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
1731, one of the earliest music concerts in North America was held at Peter Pelham's Great Room in Boston, Massachusetts. All right. That's pretty cool. And I'm constantly checking to see if we have any comments.
1731, you said, right?
1731, correct. And then
you skipped a little bit.
What?
Okay. You skipped a little bit.
I skipped where?
You skipped it down the list somewhere. You skipped like
we went
1600
from 1703 to 1731. No, as I said, I go through the day before and I research and write for the script. If there's anything between those two that you want to read, read it.
Yeah. Oh wait, I don't see 1731 on this page. I'm on the events page. Which page are you on?
I'm on the events page too.
I don't see anything from 1731. Sure
today, December 30th?
Yeah, I'm on. This is the page I'm on. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it directly to you. Is that okay? Because it's just the.
Well, no, I'm not gonna on-stream troubleshoot to help you out. You know.
No, the problem is I'm on that page and I don't see 1731. I think you read it wrong. Did you?
No, I'm not reading it wrong. Here, let me just look at what
very
you're saying.
strange because that's the page that I'm on, the one you're looking at, and it doesn't.
1731.
Oh, hang on.
Wait, what the hell?
It doesn't say that. I told you.
Huh. Wait a minute.
I told you. Is that the same page? Dude.
Hold on.
How?
Today's events. Oh no, you're just on events.
Where do you want me to be?
I don't know. This is weird because I'm seeing here. Let me.
Should I be on the history tab or the events tab or the
you're
birthdays?
You're on the right tab, but the tabs are different on these two links. Oh, this is weird.
Wait, what? Refresh. How much? What's the difference on the URL?
Well,
is there even a difference?
No.
That's actually very scary.
This is the same exact URL, but anybody watching, can see the difference here.
It might be how they load it on the page. Maybe it's random sometimes, because that's weird.
I sent you a link, and hopefully that'll fix things.
Hopefully. Let me see. I'm going to click on yours.
Yeah.
No. That's weird. That's the same exact page I'm on.
That's weird. Huh.
1731. Now it says 1731. What the hell?
I don't know.
I'm just going to pin that one to my browser and get rid of the other one and unpin it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
that's
link
very
is there
bizarre.
on the TDH research or the script channel, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, we got to move on up to 1809. Wearing mask at balls was forbidden in Boston, Massachusetts, of course.
You can say it like that.
I want to. Yeah.
I know.
Because that's how they talk. They're a bunch of rough and tumble. Boston, gonna get a Dunkin' Donuts and freaking, I don't know. Anyway, 1836. You want to take that one here?
Yes, sir. 1836. I have to scroll down. There it is. It says that in 1836, Le Mans Theater in St. Petersburg catches on fire, and it says hundreds have died then.
Yeah.
Hundreds died.
Yeah. I hate it. I hate that. I hate the way they write it like that. Why can't they just write hundreds? Like, when hundreds die? That's weird.
I'm not gonna read it like that. I mean.
Yeah, I know. It's one of my irks. So.
Okay.
You got another one here in 1853.
Okay, so it looks like that in 1853, a dinner party was held inside of a life-sized model of an iguanodon. I don't know who that is. Ornithopod dinosaur. That's what it is. And it was created by Benjamin Waterhouse Hawkins and Sir Richard Owen in South London. So they had a party inside this life-size version of a dinosaur. There's like something you could it's like a. You ever seen the ones in Nipton on the way to Las Vegas from where I'm
from? Dinosaur from Disney, the one with Aladon or whatever his name is, Aladon.
I don't know. I've seen like a million Land Before Times as a 4-year-old though.
Well,
but what I'm talking about is on the way to Las Vegas from where we live. There's actually a little town, and it's like on the outskirts of wherever the Mojave, and they have a dinosaur that's like on the road, on the side of the road. And what it is actually a shop, but there's like you get inside of it, and it's shaped like a dinosaur. There's 2 of them actually on the way, and it's in Nipton.
All right.
It was in a game actually. It was in Fallout New Vegas, but it's real.
All right. Well, as you know, an iguanodon is a dinosaur, and if you look at my stream here, I have an artist renditioning of this exact event. A dinner party inside a life-size statue thing of an iguanodon, and like as I said, if you watch the movie Dinosaur, I believe that's what it's called from Disney. It's a 3D animated movie and all that stuff. But the main character is an iguanodon.
Okay. So. You know what it's called? The dinosaurs I was talking about though, it's called the Cabazon dinosaurs. That's what they're called.
Okay.
That's related. That's not exactly the same, but it is related. It is like I will send you a link later on or now, but you don't have to check it until later. I'll just put it in somewhere.
Alright, anyway, going to move on up to 1854. Pennsylvania Rock and Oil Company, the first in U.S., was incorporated in New York City. So the first of whatever that is, I guess, of that industry, in the U.S. So, yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about the Pennsylvania Rock Oil Co.?
Yes.
Okay. No. I think that was 3.
No, I just started.
Oh.
You had your
Wait a minute. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
1861, Associated Banks in New York City halted gold payments to government and investors to disrupt Abraham Lincoln's U.S. bank reform program. So, like all this shady stuff, happening and everything has been going on for centuries. So, yeah.
Okay.
And then, in 1869, the Philadelphia Knights of Labor formed. What is the Philadelphia Knights of Labor, you may ask? Well, let me look that up here really quick. Founded as a secret society of tailors in Philadelphia in 1869, as I said here. It grew in size and prominence in the early days of the American labor movement from the mid to late 1800s and played a key role in the Great Railroad Strike of 1877. Huh. All right. And for further reading on this Knights of Labor... Knights of Labor. Let me add that into the underbar section. And actually, let me give you back the microphone so I can do these links that I want to do. So hold on. Let me tell you where next on script. 1873 American. The next one directly right there. So go for it.
Okay. What was the year again?
1873.
Is it 9 or 1873? Okay.
1873, yeah.
Alright. It says in 1873, American Meteorological Society forms. Also called it says in NYC, in New York City. Yeah. Weights, measures, and money. I'm going to read that again. 1873, American Meteorological Society forms, weights, measures, and money. I don't know what this is saying. Like, the grammar is off.
Well, let me see here.
Or something like that.
The American Meteorological Society forms in New York City. Weights, measures, and money. So that's what it covers. The weights, measures, and money.
Well, that's what they're... Okay, so that's what they're about. That doesn't make sense otherwise.
Let me look at it. Why do I keep clicking the wrong darn things? Let's see here. So, American Meteorological Society is the premier scientific and professional organization in the United States promoting and disseminating information about the atmospheric, oceanic, and hydrologic sciences. Well, that doesn't answer the question you just had, so I'm not.
That's an interesting question. It only makes sense if those are the things that they're about, I guess. Otherwise, it acts like it's bad grammar, and I don't really know why it would make sense otherwise. But that's
Yeah, well, like, you know, our source here is not the best. So, like, sometimes there's typos. It's confusing, you know. So we just gotta roll with it. Anyway, what do we got here in 1875?
It says that in 1875, Andrassy Note calls for Christian Muslim religious freedom. So they're talking about, they're calling for religious freedoms that hadn't existed yet until then.
Well,
around then.
Not necessarily haven't existed, but they're asking for it. For religious
for
women,
women,
for Christian
probably.
And Muslim. Or I guess this is Muslim Christians, Christian-Muslim, so this is like one word.
It might be like a half and half, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know how you can be one while being the other, but then again, I'm an omnist. I'm all of them at once. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on up to 1884, William Morris, Eleanor Marx, and others established the Socialist League, a revolutionary organization in the UK. That sounds kind of terrifying right there.
Yep.
Yep. And then 4 years later, 1888, Belgium's King Leopold II established Order of the African Star for service to the Congo and to promote African civilization. Ooh, that's a no-go ideology in today's world anymore. Yeah. And then we also have 1892, Dr. Miles V. Link, a physician, published the first black medical journal. What is that? Black medical journal? Is that about Africans or something? Welcome to the show. And you are? Yeah, yeah.
Hello, Loon.
Black medical journal. Race and medicine, huh? So it is about, Africans. Huh.
I think it's about African American or Africans in general.
African Americans, just Africans. It's about like the biology of blacks. So.
Yeah, that's literally, I was telling you that, or Africans, just in general, I said.
Well, African Americans is specifically things involving the United States of America. This is worldwide.
No.
And the term African American is completely moot because Elon Musk is an African American and he's whiter than me. So,
South African, yeah.
Still African.
I'm not really sure.
Still African,
Yeah. I actually don't know why he's so white. I never looked into it, like where his parents were like, or what they looked like, or maybe he was just born there.
I don't know.
Honestly, he's South African, but I'm pretty sure it's because his parents.
He's still African. So.
Right, but I'm pretty sure it might be because his parents had him there, and he just they probably weren't even African.
He's a descendant of European colonization. Leading up to the.
But why the hell was he born in European question?
So.
I just don't know why he was born in South Africa. He's clearly not a bad descent. Yeah, he's not a bad descent.
Yeah. So.
Is it my turn yet? I think that
has been your turn, Noah. You just read that.
Okay, so this is my second one, right?
1896.
Oh, you want me to go down to that one? Okay. I was going to read. Okay. It looks like in 1896, Filipino nationalist Jose Rizal is executed by a firing squad in Manila by the Spanish. So the Spanish Inquisition is just happening here, right? Is around this time also?
No, that was way before that. This has nothing to do with Catholicism.
Oh, well, I don't know what century it was, basically, but I'm saying...
That was like 1700s or something, or before that, like 1600s.
Oh, yeah, it had to be, because they came all the way down to Brazil.
He was a nationalist and a novelist, and so he was probably, like, a political dissident, so they killed him.
Wasn't that in Brazil that they had the Inquisition?
No. That was...
It wasn't?
Brazil,
I really need to brush
America.
up on my... No, I'm talking about where it happened, where they invaded.
Europe.
I need to brush up on my history a little more.
Yes.
Okay. Which one am I reading now?
1903, the first... Actually, both of them, if you don't mind.
1900 and 1903? Both of those? Okay. I'll start with the first one. American Political Science Association, founded by New Orleans. It's founded in New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans.
And then also in 1903, and this one doesn't have a little thing to click on the link for it. I don't know why. I guess they didn't create a page yet, but yeah. In 1903, it says electric arc lamp sets fire to Iroquois Theater in Chicago, Illinois, leaving 602 dead and one of the deadliest single building blazes in American history.
Good God.
Officially, it was like an accident. There wasn't an arsonist.
I would hope it was an accident. So.
You should think so. You should think so.
Arc lamp. That sounds dangerous. It's just, here, let's look this up. Electric arc lamp. Like that sounds like a Tesla coil or something.
I mean, do you know what a crystal radio is? Didn't I tell you?
kind of, sort of, like tapping into the frequencies of the crystal for radio.
It uses sound waves that powers it and gives it electricity, and then it plays the sound waves into a song.
Yeah.
Or whatever it works on with, whatever it does, you know.
That's interesting. That's a topic for, like, you know, ThEoD and the Peanut, honestly. Mm-hmm. So.
There's an anime where I discovered the crystal radio. Crystal radio was in an anime. That's how I found out about them.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a really good anime. 1906, Iran became a constitutional monarchy. Huh. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And while that was happening, the All India Muslim League was founded in Dhaka, East Bengal, British India Empire, and later laid down the foundations of Pakistan. All right. Yeah. In 1907, Abraham Mills's Mills Committee declared baseball was invented in 1839 by future American Civil War General Abner Doubleday in Cooperstown, New York. This has been widely disproven and is now known as the Doubleday myth. Okay.
Okay.
It was not. Yeah. But here's a prime example right there. This is a documentation of how history was unintentionally being rewritten, and then it's caught. So,
I guess the next question is, when was baseball created?
Well, we've covered that. When was baseball created? Who invented baseball? What year? The Mills Commission. Okay, that's something else. You know, Doubleday invented the word baseball.
It's very interesting that it says it's called the Doubleday myth.
When did baseball start in history? Mid 1800s by a man. Okay, well, they're still talking about Doubleday. So, right, okay, let's see here. Well, this link is talking about
like a Mandela thing.
So it's still going on about 1839, but it's been disproven. So I guess the answer is unknown. You know, it's far back enough for it to be more of a myth than history.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of recent. You know, when you think about historical things, like how do we not recent. Know something from 200 years ago?
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's our pastime. Yeah. You know? And then now the Japanese absolutely love it. The Philippines and all that stuff, that's... Well, yeah, but, like, they're the ones who, like, they really love it. You know? Like, so... Anyway, Mr. Noah, if you want to take 1918.
1918. Okay, I have to find it. There it is. We're talking about Hoover?
Yep.
It says that in 1918, John E. Hoover decides to be called J. Edgar Hoover, and he was which president was he again? Which number was that?
President. He was the first director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, aka the FBI.
But Hoover was a president, wasn't he?
Herbert Hoover, yes.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
Wow, that was a mind fuck. I didn't remember that. Wow.
And he was.
They said that like Hoover, the vacuum cleaner sucked. That's what they said. They literally said that in my class on a video I watched about Hoover in 11th grade.
Now, if I'm correct with my history, and Sohan's the one who told me about this, but J. Edgar Hoover was pen pals with Shirley Temple, and he gave her a pepper spray pen or something. Because and we all know Shirley Temple, little girl, it's a hard knock life and all that stuff. But she did some bit or something with some black guy on stage, and a little girl back in those days, this is like early 1900s, like 1920, 1930, whenever the year was, way back. She did she was on stage with a black guy, doing a bit, doing a dancing number, and a little girl receiving death threats. Death threats.
That's kind of scary back in that day.
As I said, she was, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So
that's a little bit freaky.
This is why Hoover gave her, that pen for self-defense. A little girl needing self-defense, and we think today's world's bad. Like. Well,
today's world that would have been like
compared to how things were. We're living the dream. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, what else do we got here in 1919? Noah?
In 1919, okay. It says that I would rather be... Is this my first one I just did?
No, you just did Hoover.
No, did I do one or two?
You did Hoover, that's one. I did the Abraham Mills.
Okay, because I really wanted to read the one after that also.
Well, go
right,
in
1919...
Read whatever you want, go for it.
Okay, because in 1919, it says that Lincoln's Inn in London admits its first female bar student. I'm guessing that's like a lawyer thing, like a
I
lawyer
would say
thing?
so, question mark, but it's
No,
an inn.
but it
It
says
might
inn,
actually
and
be
it
a
says
bar,
bar.
alcohol bar. It's an inn.
That's what I'm wondering. It has the word bar and the word inn with two N's.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Okay,
Let me
okay.
just copy and paste this entire article.
Let's just say they let her in to drink.
Okay. Okay, here we
I'm
go.
glad
Lincoln's
you
Inn, one of the 4 inns of courts in London, agreed to admit its first woman bar students. The first woman admitted was Mary Selina Jones. So, yeah, who held a law degree from the University of Liverpool. So it is law. So there we go.
I like the drinking bit better.
So it is about law.
You need a drink to practice law, you know, to handle with the bullshit.
Oh my god, do you really?
Why do you think all these lawyers and police people have whiskey in their desk, you know? So,
Because of some reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, like, you know, like, you're lifting the whole liquor cabinet up because you're raising the bar.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Soviet Union founded in 1922. It says in 1922 the creation of the USSR, formally proclaimed in Moscow from the Bolshoi Theater, organized as a union of Russia, Ukrainian, Belarusian, and Transcaucasian Soviet Socialist republics. So this is when they became the USSR, which they are no longer the USSR.
Yes.
What were they called before that then?
It was just Russia.
So they're back to being the way they were, basically, again. Yeah. Okay.
As far as, you know, on the world stage where they stand, yeah, but they're currently
But
trying to
you
rebuild the
notice-
Soviet Union today.
I mean, yeah, but you acknowledge them as they're now Russia again, but yeah.
Yeah. So, and here in 1924, another one. This is right up your alley. Noah?
Yeah, so number 1924. In 1924, an astronomer named Edwin Hubble, we all know who that is, formally announced the existence of other galactic systems at a meeting of the American Astronomical Society. So he created the Hubble telescope. It was named after him. It was named after him. It was named for him.
Because he's a famous astronomer.
Yes, astronomer. Yes, he was named after him for his discoveries.
Just like how the James Webb telescope, it's named after James Webb. You know?
Yeah.
Like.
Just like ships are named after somebody they didn't actually.
Dude, no.
Yeah.
All right, that's my 3.
Well, it's not all ships are named after people. Don't forget the USS Midway.
True.
You know.
True.
So Arizona, the California, the New York. You know, all of our battleships.
The
named
Nimitz,
after states.
for example, the Nimitz.
The Nimitz.
I don't know if that was named after a
Nimitz is
person or
after
not.
a person, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
The George Washington, the George W. Bush, or George H.W. Bush. Presidents.
Yeah.
They named the aircraft carriers after presidents. They named the battleships after states, and I think they named the lesser ships after like cities and whatnot. Because there is a USS Los Angeles, I believe, but that's like a cruiser. Yeah. Like, you know, let me look this up. You know,
Go ahead.
USS
I'm waiting.
Los Angeles. I completely screwed that up. Yeah. Here it is. The USS Los Angeles, a Baltimore class cruiser. So it's of the Baltimore class.
Good pull.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm a military
historian.
historian.
USS Alexander, what a bomb.
USS Alexander. Let's see if that exists. Alexander Hamilton, a submarine. You know.
Okay.
So there's that. You know what? Let's see if there's a USS Noah.
Oh my god, I can really do that. There is? Oh, let me
Gearing
see.
class destroyer. Wow.
But it's not with an H, it's with an without an H.
Oh well, that's whatever. Yeah. Take what you can.
Oh my. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it rather than leave it.
Yeah. Hey, there's a ship named after you, bro. Like,
Dude. I'm sure I'm not named after the ship. Oh wait, the Ark.
I'm named after the Great Macedonian Conqueror. So yeah.
Obviously.
They just called me great.
Yeah.
Say my name, so.
I mean, like, speaking of names, like, you know, when I was a kid, for the longest time, I thought my name was Jesus Christ because every time I go into a room, my dad goes, Jesus Christ! So, anyway, moving on up to 1926, Chicago Tribune reported the Tigers threw a 4-game series to the White Sox in 1917 to help Chicago win the pennant, and this act was never substantiated. Wow. You know?
I think it has a term. I forget what it is.
Being a jerk?
They threw in the series.
Yeah.
Call it something.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
being a bad sport. So, and then in 1927, Japan dedicated the first subway in Orient, route under 2 miles long. So their first subway in their Orient or whatever, like whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you just read 3? Was that 3?
I don't know. Do you want to read? Do you want to get back on? Let's see. 1933. Government disallows.
Sure. In 1933, government disallows NSB membership for civil service. What is NSB? This up.
Can you read that again? I barely even heard you.
It said in 1933 the government disallows NSB membership for civil service, but it doesn't say where.
What is? Well, I think that's just like
I'm looking
forever. But what government?
National
what is
Science
NSB?
Board.
You know, like let's.
Wait. Right. I think it's National Science Board.
On the professional civil service. Reconstruction of the Reich. Oh God, is this Germany? That you know what? This is 1933. This sounds about right.
Would be Germany.
What was the law for the reconstruction of the Reich? The law on the reconstruction of the Reich, January. This is 34. Sweeping constitutional change to the structure of the German state by the government of Nazi Germany. So I think this is Hitler here. What is NSB?
Government is allowing NSB membership.
Yeah. Let me look that up here really quick. What is NSB?
I had to look it up. It's the National Science Board when I looked it up.
Oh, that's what that is. National Science Board.
That's what I got in Google.
What is?
I don't know.
NSB?
Why don't you?
National Science Movement in the Netherlands. Okay, so
that's NSM though.
We can't dig too far down this rabbit hole, so I'm gonna give this as a challenge to our viewers. If anybody can figure out more about this, that'd be fantastic. What is NSB? What government is this? Is this to do with Nazi Germany? Like, anyway, we got to move up another 33 here. Jack Badcock scored 274 versus Victoria, Tasmania's first double ton.
Yeah. So, which one am I reading now?
No. I just read it. I'm telling the loons. Yeah. No. Cricket.
Oh, I missed that one.
Cricket.
Yeah.
The game. The
First double ton. This is random stuff.
I have no idea what they're talking about. I should have realized.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, sorry, I took a turn away from you. It gets picked back to you. 34, New York.
Yeah. So in 1934, New York Rangers and Boston Bruins battle out a 0-0 tie. What? First of a 37-game overtime undefeated streak for the Bruins, the longest in any National Hockey League history. Streak spans over 4 years and includes 27 ties.
Holy
so they
crap.
didn't. Nobody got any points. Nobody got any points on either side in that game.
Well, not necessarily. This is a 0-0, but you can still score points and come out as a tie. You know.
I didn't know that you could do that and not score 0-0.
Well, you
score points and come out 0-0.
I mean, I don't play
no.
sports.
This is 0-0, but no, this is a tie streak, is what it's saying.
Oh yeah.
This is the first of a 37-game overtime undefeated streak for the Bruins, the longest in NHL history. Streak spans over 4 years, includes 27 ties. So those ties, you can score 13 points if your opponent scores 13, and you're still tied. 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, it doesn't matter.
How it works.
Yeah.
2 points for a win, 0 for a loss, 1 point for a tie. So
Okay.
that's where the points are coming.
Okay. All
So
right.
they still got a point.
It's all too complicated for me. Like,
Hey, at least it's not cricket.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's that. So, 1936. Here we go. I'm not sure about this. The loon might remember this, so we'll see.
Oh, thanks.
Noah, you want to read 36? Alan and Benny?
Sure. Alan and Benny's Freud. It says in 1936, beginning of the. I think it should say feud. What the heck? Oh, beginning of the feud between comedians Fred Allen and Jack Benny on Allen's Town Hall Tonight show.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they put Freud in there by mistake. It was supposed to be feud.
It was an accident. Well, there's been
It was
several
a Freudian
times.
slip.
There's been several
Kidding.
times they misspelled Bill Cosby to Bill Crosby. You know.
That's
So
yeah.
yeah, which that's not right. It's Bing Crosby. So
What is that? Jack Benny hardly even looks like him.
Huh.
Barely can guess it's him.
yeah, I have no clue who he is. So
You know who Jack Benny is?
I just said that.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to move on up to 36 as well. United Auto Workers staged the first sit-down strike at Fisher Body Plant. So
I don't have anything from 36. Oh wait, there it is. I sit between the big ones.
Yeah, it's an Oreo right there. It's the cream,
Oreo.
essentially.
It's the cream in the cookie.
Ooh, the delicious
Okay.
cream.
Back in the middle. That's Chips Ahoy, actually.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Oh my god.
Anyway, 1939, Of Mice and Men, starring Burgess Meredith as George, Lon Chaney Jr. as Lenny, was released. That's a good movie. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burgess Meredith. Who's the guy, the old guy in Rocky?
I never saw Rocky. Oh, the Trainer?
The Trainer.
Oh, okay.
It's Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
It's not.
Okay. I gotta watch that movie. There's so many movies I gotta see. So. But then we also have 1940, California's first freeway, Arroyo Seco Parkway opened. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, that's out in Pasadena.
Yeah.
It looks like it's 100 years old.
Don't they all though?
What's weird is though how short the on-ramps are for that freeway.
Well, that was
It
back
really
when.
ages it right in the day.
Well, that was back when cars had a maximum speed of 30 miles per hour. You know, nowadays you gotta, you know, once you hit that on ramp, you gotta go engage. You gotta get. If you're not merging at 70 miles per hour, you're gonna get hurt. You know. So, anyway, 1941, the Roaring Lion, Mr. Noah.
1941.
Yes.
Looking for it. Wait, which one did you? Oh, it's down. It's down. Wait.
Yeah.
I don't see. Oh, there it is. That's literally about Winston Churchill.
Yes.
So in 1941, it says in an emotional speech of the Canadian Parliament, Winston Churchill states Britain will never surrender. Here, I'll bring my phone closer to my face.
Great.
It says that in 1941, in an emotional speech to the Canadian Parliament, Winston Churchill states that Britain will never surrender to Hitler and his Nazi gang, and that they have asked for total war. Let us make sure they get it. Afterwards, Yusuf Karsh captures him in this famous photograph, dubbed the Roaring Lion.
Yes.
It looks just like a lion. Yeah, he does. Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah. Well, remember,
Yeah,
Canada, you know, more then than now, but still, you know, to a certain degree, Canada still answers to the British Crown. You know, they're autonomous, but they still answer.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They're not
What about
fully
Australia
independent like
and India?
So they're autonomous,
Yeah.
but they're not independent.
They certainly recognize the king.
Exactly.
Isn't that the same thing with Australia and India also?
No, Australia and India are fully independent.
Oh, but they did come from Britain
yes.
when they settled.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
you know, as the saying goes, back in the day, you know, the United Kingdom owned 1/3 of the world. Now the third world owns the UK. So, yeah.
That's a good one, I guess.
It's true.
Okay.
You know, if you look at Europe, it's just completely gone to hell. So,
Yeah.
anyway, what else do we got here in 41? Right after what you said, the Oreo cream again. Here we go.
God. Yeah, it says that in 1941, Nazis required Dutch physicians to join the Nazi organization, so they're being forced to join something against their will.
Well, I mean, that's the Nazis, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're either a part of us or you're dead. You know, that's no ultimatum. Like,
Lucky me, I'm Jewish. At least I don't live then.
yeah, well,
You're not kidding.
I would be dead.
yeah.
I would be so dead.
Say that like
Yikes, you know, just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
1942, we have Sinatra Mania. New York City's Times Square greets Frank Sinatra at Paramount Theater, initiating the term Sinatra Mania. So, like, you know how the media loves to use, like, you know, like the Beaver Fever, you know, and all that crap.
yeah.
Like their little special little words. Well, here we go, Sinatra Mania. So they've been
Well,
doing
he
this.
he was on the level of Elvis Presley
Yeah.
and the Beatles. That's who he was.
Oh,
His music.
definitely. And he was also,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And on top of all that, he was also, you know, I'm not sure to what degree, but he was involved with the mafia.
Well, that-
So with the Rat Pack and all that stuff.
yeah,
So, and I think Grandpa Bill, you know, because like I think he was involved with the mafia too, because he did a lot of shady stuff back in the day when they lived out in Vegas. You know, when Mom was a kid and all that stuff. Well, he went on these little, like, he disappears. He has to go deliver bread, which bread is slang for money. You know, I think he was doing some dealings with the mafia.
He was, because he was a pilot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flying back and forth, supposedly.
Yeah, like-
to Vegas. Why they wouldn't have a bakery in Vegas?
Well, he's using code words. He's delivering money. You know, he's a transporter.
Maybe.
Well, you know, like
Oh.
at least on the visual representation, the shoe looks to be fitting.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know, and we never will. Like, not because he's dead, but he would never tell us, even if he was alive. So, yeah. We're moving on up. 1943, Subhash Chandra Bose raised the flag of Indian independence at Port Blair. So we were talking about, you know, India, you know, becoming a sovereign nation. It was after World War II when it actually did happen. But yeah, you know, India, and then at the same time, Pakistan formed. We spoke about the foundation, you know, that leading up to earlier. So yeah. We also have 1944, King George II of Greece abdicated his throne, appointing Archbishop Damaskinos of Athens as regent in 1945. And I put that in there because, a week or so ago we spoke about we're not really back to back, but like some of the Greek political history and everything, how the father abdicated the throne to his cousin or whatever. I don't remember the exact semantics.
Give me like a minor champagne.
What?
You're
Okay then. 1947, King Michael of Romania, forced by communists, abdicated his throne, sending him into exile. So, like I was just talking about here, 44 we have King of Greece, and then now 47 we have Romania.
That's a coup right there.
Yeah, well, no, because the Soviets occupied the land after World War II. Remember?
Okay.
Like, well, because Germany invaded Russia during Operation Barbarossa during World War II, and then Russia, came in and take, and then then we essentially split Europe between Russia and the rest of Europe, and us.
But they ran them out. To me, that's a coup.
It is a coup, but it's a force. It was forced by communists. It is a coup. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying this is like the semantics behind it. It's not really a coup because a coup comes from the inside. This is external forces being like, oh hey, we own your land now. Now you got to abdicate your throne. Like, am I right? Like, am I wrong?
It was outside forces. You're right.
Yeah. So, 1947 as well, Romanian Republic was declared. So right there, hand in hand, the king, Romania, he abdicated his throne, sending him into exile. Now the communists, have it, and they declared it a republic. So same exact thing. 1948, Kiss Me Kate opened at New Century Theater in New York City for 1,077 performances.
That's a bunch.
That is. And actually, they added here, Cole Porter's musical Kiss Me Kate opened at the New Century Theater in New York City, later transferred to Sam S. Schubert Theater, ran for 1,077 performances. So let me update that really quick here. Copy paste. So there we go. All right, 1948 as well. Actually, no, we had it right here. So yeah, they doubled it. Right here. Do you see that? No. No, I'm showing you right here. They have Kiss Me Kate, and then what I just read here, so they have the same article, but twice, and the second one is a little bit, that's weird, Yeah. So, this is what I'm talking about, our source makes mistakes, so. Moving on up to 1949, India recognized the People's Republic of China. That is not good, so, because that's the communist one.
Right.
So, yeah.
49, yes.
Yeah. So, India, yikes. 1950, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia became independent states within the French Union. Yep. And
Wasn't that so late, but yeah.
well, this is also like during the start of when France was starting to fight their Vietnam War before we got in. So while we were busy in Korea, France was already fighting, because Vietnam decided to split off in 1946 because France was still busy reconstructing. Like, they're like, hey, why should we obey France when they just didn't exist as a nation and they're building reconstruction? Let's take it. Like,
This is the start of setting up the domino effect.
the communist button. Yeah. Oh no. In 1952, Tuskegee Inst. I don't know what Inst stands for. Reports 1952 as the first year in 71 with no lynching. So I guess institute. So the Tuskegee Institute reports 1952 as the first year in 71 years with no lynchings in the U.S. So that's good.
No, I've gone to the electric chair by then.
Well, no, no, not hangings, lynchings.
Oh, okay.
Lynchings.
You're right.
This is not an execution. This is a murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
you're right.
Yeah, no. 1953, the first ever NTSC color television set went on sale for about $1,175 US each from RCA, which is outrageously expensive. 1953, let's see here, 1953, 1,100 would be the equivalent of, well, that can't be right. No, that's in 1966.
I have to go early. I'm gonna go do my laundry with my sister and be gone the rest.
Okay.
We had
It would
Hello?
be, why is it not, okay, $10,739.36 as of today, if this source is correct. Would you spend almost $11,000 on a color TV? If it was brand new technology,
It was.
No, which, yeah, so, that's interesting. 1956, the National Football League Championship, Yankee Stadium, New York City. New York Giants defeated the Chicago Bears, 47-7. Giants' 4th NFL title. Yeah, that's why that's in here. Yeah, that's teeth kicked in right there. So, 1959, George Washington, the first ballistic missile sub commissioned. All right, so ballistic missiles. 1959. Yep. Yeah. Which reminds me, like, you know, we have a trifecta of nuclear deterrent. We have land, air, and sea. So, yeah, and I saw a whole video. You know, once again, my catchphrase. I saw a video, you know, about like our plans, our you know, all of our stuff. Like, you know, even if, you know, we got hit in a first strike and they deleted all of our, you know, land-based missiles on our silos, you know, and even if they shot down all of our airplanes. Well, we have submarines in the ocean wherever the hell they are, and we can level a country with each submarine.
Yes.
Like, each submarine has enough nuclear power to, like, you know, and I'm not kidding. Like, one submarine has the equivalent of the 8th most powerful nuclear nation in the world. One submarine. That's insane. We have like 12 of them. So. 1961, premiere of Dmitri Shostakovich's 4th Symphony in Moscow, completed in 1936. So that took a while. Yeah. In 1962, the National Football League Championship, Yankee Stadium, New York City. Green Bay Packers defeated the New York Giants 16-7. Most valuable player was Ray Nitschke of the Green Bay linebacker. Ray Nitschke. All right. And then 365 days later, 1963, Congress authorized Kennedy $50 in honor of John F. Kennedy. Like, he died earlier that year.
Yeah.
In October, right? Or November?
It was late in the year.
November,
so
I think.
November, yeah.
I remember you were there when we covered it. I think.
Yeah.
November something. So, actually, you know what? I can pop this up. November 22nd, right there, 63. Yeah. So, yeah. 1963 as well, the TV game show Let's Make a Deal, hosted by Monty Hall, debuted on NBC TV. And if anybody out there, you know, knows the saying, oh, this isn't Let's Make a Deal, this is what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Deal was huge.
Yeah. 1964, Edward Albee's play Tiny Alice premiered on Broadway in New York City. How tiny is this Alice? Alice! Hold on a second, I still have the soundboard. Alice. How miniature?
Where is that cheesehead?
I know. Oh, she's gonna kill you.
I'll be gone, that's okay.
Yeah, you have time on your side. We also have 1967, the Beatles' Hello Goodbye single went #1 and stayed there for 3 weeks. Because it's the Beatles. You know?
Hello,
Goodbye.
Won't you tell me your name? Okay, we destroyed it.
Yeah. Where's Creek? You know? Oh, by the way, you want to hear a both annoying but really complimentary story about Creek? He did a single, like a Beatles single, like he sung it himself. He did, like, you know, all that stuff himself.
Yeah. And
it got taken down for copyright.
Ooh.
He did so well they thought he just ripped a song.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Ah.
So, because he did the vocals, he did the music, he did all the stuff,
nice.
you know, as you know. But he did it so well that they thought it was an actual, that he's just trying to copyright infringe.
Wow.
So, yeah. Thank you, Justin Bieber. So, I say that because Justin Bieber, despite getting his start by singing covers of other songs on YouTube, that's how he got his fame.
Right.
Yeah, no, you know, he got his fame, you know, on YouTube by singing covers. And then after he became famous, you know what he did? He advocated to make that illegal. What a piece of shit. So.
Doesn't sound like justice to me, Bieber.
No, it's not. You know, like, you know, oh, hey, you're preventing other people from following in your footsteps, that makes you an asshole. So anyway, 1967, Great Western Forum opened in LA.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. The Great Western Forum. Let's take a look at that here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if oh, that one, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that Staples Center? No, wait, no, not Staples.
No, that's
the Pond?
Huh?
Is that the Pond?
No, that's the Forum in Inglewood.
Oh, okay.
Which I think they've a religious group bought it, and now I think someone else has bought it, and now they're doing concerts, things like that there. That's where the Lakers originally played. The Laker owner built that for the Lakers.
Ah, okay. Now we have the Staples Center, or whatever it's called now.
Downtown.
It's not the Staples Center anymore. It hasn't been for a while. The Honda. No, that's not something else.
I think it's
that's the
still
Pond.
Staples Center.
Is it the Staples Center?
Pretty sure.
Let's see here. Staples Center. Staples Center.
Yeah.
No, but right here it says Crypto.com Arena. You should say Staples Center on the top.
Okay, so
it's been bought.
Well, no, it hasn't been bought. They sell the
advertising rights.
The advertising rights. And actually, the Forum was the first one to do that. That's why it was called the Great Western Forum, because it was Great Western Bank. They paid them like $1 million a year or something to put their name on it. And now everybody does it. All the bowl games. It's no longer the Cotton Bowl. It's something.
Well, it's now owned as of November 17th, whenever this year was. The company Anschutz Entertainment Group now owns that building.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if it's still the Staples Center, but
well, the name Staples Center is not the owner of it. They have bought the rights to name it. That's why Staples is.
Right here, the deal announced Tuesday night, as of November 17th, 2021, links Crypto.com with Anschutz Entertainment Group, which owns the Staples Center and surrounding complex LA Live.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's complicated. Anyway, getting back into history here, 1970, the financial costs of the disturbances and riots in Northern Ireland during 69 and 70 are today estimated to be £5.5 million. So, that's a lot of destruction.
Yeah.
Do I have any comments yet? Let's see here. Nothing there. No, Arugula, 1972. Wow, Russian Empire, USSR, Russian Fed. Yeah. Hello, Arugula. Isn't that the name of like a vegetable or something?
Yeah, something.
Arugula?
Yeah, something.
So, yeah. What else do we have? 1972. Actually, no, 1971. Long Island NHL franchise was purchased. I think it became the New York Islanders.
Well, they are. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an Alice question. She would know if anybody, you know. That's NHL. 1972, U.S. President Richard Nixon. So, a halted bombing of North Vietnam and announced peace talks. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and then 1974, U.S. Beatles were legally disbanded 4 years after the suit was brought. So, bye-bye Beatles. Yep. That's a big day in history there. For them, at least. And for Creek.
I wonder what the suit was all about.
I don't remember, but we've covered it, you know, here and there and everything. So, 1975, Constitution of the Democratic Republic of Madagascar comes into force. That's a wordy title that makes me concerned. Once you start, oh, we are the Democratic Republic. Oh yeah, sure you are. You freaking communist. So, 77, Carter held the first news conference by a U.S. president in Eastern Europe, held in Warsaw.
Oh.
All right, Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer.
Yeah.
And his brother apparently made a beer or something, right? Bud's beer or whatever?
Yeah.
Alice told me that.
Yeah, no, he did. He was kind of known for his drinking, and so then he became the crazy brother.
Yeah.
And then they came out with this beer.
Speaking of crazy brothers, I wonder which one of Hawk and I, which one is crazier? I don't know. Who is the crazy brother?
Yeah.
Or then again, the whole family is just absolutely off the chains. So I don't think there is I don't think there is a shred of normality in here in which to guide us.
I'll just call you guys unique.
Yes. Well, just actually, you know what? Let me bring something up. Listen. Just because you're unique doesn't mean you're useful. So, yeah, right here. Just because you're unique doesn't mean you're useful. It's unique, all right, but yeah. Anyway, 1978, revival of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical The King and I closed at Eurus Theater in New York City after 719 performances. The King and I. We were talking about Siam, Thailand, all that stuff the other day. And we also have 1979, rock group Emerson, Lake and Palmer broke up.
Ooh, great one.
Yeah.
Boy, they did some good music.
I bet. So, 1979 as well, Togo adopted their constitution.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Toga.
Yeah.
So, or Togos, the sandwich company that with the space monkeys. Remember those stupid little was it Togos? Remember that commercial with the little rats with the eyes and everything? We love the subs!
Yeah.
We love the Crisco subs toasted! God, that was an awful commercial. What the hell were they thinking with that? Anyway, 1981, Wayne Gretzky scored 5 goals and an assist in Edmonton's 7-5 win over Philadelphia. Gave Gretzky 50 goals in 39 games, the fastest 50 in 50 in NHL history. Also set NHL record with 15 game assist streak. Calm down, Gretzky. You know, Jesus, leave some things for the rest of the people. God, man. You know, we get it. You're good. Take a seat. You know. 1982, the U.S. Assay Office in New York City, New York, closed. What's an assay office?
Well, what I understand is you go to the assay office to see if your goal is legitimate or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know if that's exactly what they're talking about.
It says here the United States Assay Commission was an agency of the U.S. federal government from 1792 to 1980. That's a long time. Its function was to supervise the annual testing of the gold, silver, and base metal coins produced by the U.S. Mint to ensure that they met specifications. So there you go. You're right. Oh. Yeah. In 1985, Pakistan restored its constitution. All right. Oh, yeah. 1987, my year, Prime Minister Robert Mugabe was elected president of Zimbabwe, and he turned out to be a horrible person. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Not to confuse him with Robert Mugabe.
Mugabe. It's Musabe.
Mugabe.
The realtor.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if he still practices.
Not here. Not in this city.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't been getting his pamphlets.
No, he's been gone a long time.
Yeah. 1988, Canadian Senate okays free trade pact with U.S. So is that because I know there's the NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement.
That's different. This is between the U.S. and
Mexico, or Canada, U.S. and Canada, not Mexico.
Yeah.
So. And then 1988 as well, former Soviet President Brezhnov's son-in-law was sentenced to 12 years for bribery. Oops. Yeah, you know, whoopsie doodles. 88 as well, Mercedes-Benz paid $20.2 million fine because they failed to meet the 86 government fuel standard. You know, that's what we gotta do. These $1 million fines and everything, that's just a snot rag to them. We gotta fine them 70% of their entire profit. We gotta hurt these companies to force them. Otherwise, something like Google. If you fine them $100 million, that's literally like pennies compared to us.
Well, yeah, I just don't like someone having the authority over different entities like that.
Well, so these companies need to be held responsible. True. So, 1988, Ollie North subpoenaed U.S. President Ronald Reagan and George Herbert Walker Bush as defense witnesses for his upcoming trial. Yeah. All right. You're subpoenaing presidents, former or current or whatever. That you gotta be a big guy to be doing that.
Big trial.
Yeah, it was. And then 1989, the 10th United Black College Fund raised $12 million. And 1 year later, the 11th of that raised $10 million. That's a little weird. They're going down. That's not the way it's supposed to go. 1992, Washington defenseman Al Ifrate became the first player in NHL history to have his shot officially break 100 miles per hour. Holy crap. Can you imagine? Hockey puck, whack. Yikes. Recorded it as 101.4 miles per hour during the Capital Super Skills competition. Yeah, man. And he's serious. 1993, the Vatican recognized Israel. Okay. In 1995, lowest ever UK temperature recorded at negative 27.2 degrees Celsius at Althanara in the Scottish Highlands, equaling the record set at Braemar at Aberdeenshire set on February 11th, 1895 and January 10th, 1982.
That's pretty cold.
That is really cold. So what is negative 27 Celsius, to Fahrenheit?
Say 50, 60 degrees.
Negative 16.96 Fahrenheit. Yeah, no, Celsius to Fahrenheit, it's weird.
Yeah.
Eventually Fahrenheit catches up and then surpasses.
Apparently so.
It's weird, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that is weird.
Yeah, because absolute zero is 32 in Fahrenheit and 0 in Celsius,
Right.
So, but then eventually it catches up and then it passes on both spectrums.
Yeah.
So, 1996, proposed budget cuts by Benjamin Netanyahu sparked protests from 250,000 workers who shut down services across Israel. What a monster, this guy here. So, yeah, well, he doesn't have the best track record. So, 97, an abandoned building collapsed on New York's 42nd Street, but no one was injured. So that's good. Yeah. So, this is why we demolish abandoned buildings, like nobody's keeping them upkept and all that stuff, and eventually they just go down. Like, and 1997 as well, in the worst incident in Algeria's insurgency, the Wilaya of Relazin massacres, 400 people were killed from 4 villages. So average 100 a village. That's the yikes. Jeez. In Algeria's insurgency, so this is more.
They don't tell you the population of those villages, does it? Is it half the people? 10%?
I don't know. Well, it's 4 different villages, so the ratios are going to be different. It's unless they went around and just picked 100 from each, which could happen.
I think so.
Well, it could happen.
It could have been 10 from one and 200 from another, and
Yeah, well. Anyway, finally moving on up into the year 2000, during the Rizal Day bombings, a series of bombs exploded in various places in Metro Manila, Philippines, within a span of few hours, killing 22 and injuring about 100. Yeah, yikes. 2003, U.S. Attorney General John Ashcroft recused himself in his office from the Plam affair. What is the Plam affair? Never heard of this.
I haven't heard that. I've heard of him.
Yeah, I haven't heard of him either. Plam affair.
Ashcroft,
It was a political scandal that revolved around journalist Robert Novak's public identification of Valery Plam as a covert CIA officer in 2003. Whoopsie doodles. That's a whistleblowing type activity right there. So let me add this here into the thing. Plam affair. There we go. But yeah, do you want to tell us more about this? Like, who is this guy? Like,
I just remember the name. I don't remember everything about him.
Okay. 2004, a fire in the República Cromañón nightclub in Buenos Aires, Argentina, killed 194 people. Yikes. You go out clubbing to go have a good time. You end up, cutting rugs so hard like, that's the wrong way to be on fire. Yeah, shouldn't be laughing at that. Oh man. 2005, Tropical Storm Zeta formed in the open Atlantic Ocean, tying the record for the latest tropical cyclone ever to form in the North Atlantic Basin. So, like latest by time period in the year.
In the year,
yeah. Which, hey, like one more day, I don't know how much later you can get. So, before it's next year. 2008, NFL head coach Mike Shanahan was fired by the Denver Broncos, and that doesn't seem like important, but it's
highlighted.
Yeah, well, we're going to get back to him here literally in like an article. So, or in a couple, one article. 2012, the opening of Line 6 of the Beijing subway made it the longest metro network in the world at 442 kilometers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, here's a thing about China that I didn't really think about, but it was brought to my attention by a video the other day. The population of China is over 1 billion.
Yep.
It's at 1.4 billion.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, the population of the U.S. is 300-something million.
Yeah.
So we're not even the 0.4 billion.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh my God.
They're now disputing China's numbers of people. They're even disputing that as being not quite accurate.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, they have a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh. 2013, NFL head coach Mike Shanahan was fired by the Washington Redskins. Look at 2008. What is he doing?
He's not doing it right, apparently.
Like 5 years apart on the same day?
Yeah, on the same day.
That's
kind of the end of the season, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but still, what is he doing? Like, he got fired twice. What are you doing? He even looks kind of mad.
He was even eventually became head coach of the Chargers too.
Yeah.
Shanahan.
Yeah. All right. Don't get Shanahan. No. 2016, last day Indians are able to deposit in banks 500 and 1,000 rupee notes, which were scrapped only 50 days earlier in an anti-corruption measure. So if you have those bills, put them in your bank. Otherwise, that money is gone. That sucks. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like, if our government's like, oh, hey, if you have a penny, we're discontinuing pennies. Cash in your pennies now or forever, hold your valueless currency. So.
Well, that could happen with, cryptocurrency becomes totally electronic. Turn it in or it's gone.
Yeah. Well, then, then that, like the whole crypto thing and all that stuff, like, all it takes is an EMP, and, there's all sorts of other things and everything. Dude, here's the thing, say what you want about cryptocurrency. If anybody out there loves cryptocurrency, great, okay? But until you can hold something physically in your hand, it doesn't exist. I don't care. It doesn't exist, Like...
A lot of your money doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, that pisses me off on a whole different level, so... but yeah.
Sounds like you're a gold bug.
Yes. Like, hey, we got to be on the gold standard. I mean, there's a reason why Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia are trying to build their own, petrodollar. Theirs is going to be backed by gold, while ours is backed by itself. Who's going to win? Who has something that's tangible? So... anyway, 2018, Patrick Mahomes became only the second quarterback in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns during Kansas City Chiefs 35-3 win over Oakland Raiders. Achieves both marks with third quarter 89-yard touchdown pass to DeMarcus Robinson. So 35-3.
Yeah.
We get it. You're better. Calm down.
It's a great one.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah.
Oh. 2020, just 3 years ago, Argentina was the first major Latin American country to legalize abortion. This was signed into law January 14th of the next year, 2021. So, all right. So cool. 2020 as well, San Antonio assistant Becky Hammon became the first female to coach an NBA team after the Spurs head coach Greg Popovich was ejected in a 121-107 loss to the LA Lakers. All right.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, she was assistant coach. That in itself is amazing.
Yeah.
Woman assistant.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be amazing,
Well, when it's not done, it's amazing when it happens.
Yeah. So
I'm saying great. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a good thing.
Well, no, I'm saying it's a good thing, but the fact that we are recognizing it as something great when it should be standard, is what I'm saying.
Well, women's suffrage when they got the vote was a great thing.
It was.
So you get it.
I'm not diminishing the greatness of the thing. What I'm saying is it should be normal,
But when it's not normal...
I know. I understand.
We're doing semantics here. Move on.
2021, rare winter wildfire destroyed nearly 1,000 homes at the base of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado in suburban neighborhoods between Boulder and Denver. Dang. And then, last but not least, 2022 Queen guitarist and astrophysicist. Wow, that's a range.
What a range.
Brian May, at the age of 75, received a British knighthood for his service to music and charity. Huh.
That's amazing. How do those two things go together?
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not gonna do the burst testing that I mentioned earlier. We'll do that when I have more people and all that stuff. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. We're not just on Rumble, we're not just on YouTube, we're also on BitChute and Odyssey, and links to all of those and all of our social media platforms and all of our affiliates and everything. They're all in the underbar under the our link tree. Although the link tree doesn't display BitChutes, so that's why that link is down in the underbar as well. No, let me show you really quick. I'll just where is my link tree right here?
Is it just a bit player?
No. Well, I get the joke you're trying to make. But no, right here. You see, it's in red, unsafe URL. They're censoring BitChutes from display.
Wow.
Right here. You see right here, I have video streams, streams right here. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So I have TOC Rumble.
Yeah.
BitChutes doesn't exist. Odyssey, there is Odyssey. YouTube, there it is. They're actively censoring right there.
Wow. That's pretty sad.
It's fucking terrifying. So, anyway, for your dose of past events daily, we stream almost every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, which is 12 noon Mountain, 1 Central, and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. We have other shows. We don't just do this TDH here. We also have the Omni Coalition News Show, TOCNS. We have the Edge of Disclosure, ThEoD. We have Kicking the Peanut, KTP. The Omni Coalition, insert name of show here. Although the last two aren't live streams and everything. But if you want to catch us on live, You know, as I said, we're here on the west, so it's 11 and 3 all for thee. If you're mountain, 12 and 4, watch us for more. Central, 1 and 5 for the contrive, and east, 2 and 6 for your fix. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
Boy, he got so much energy. I'm the Golden Loon.
Woo! And we also had Noah earlier in the show. Yeah, so until you catch us, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!